Good morning, Scallywags. What's going on? Hey, Robert and I have been doing a little bit of work today, working on our financial planning. Every quarter, at least, we do updated financial statistics and projections so that we know where we are and where we're going. And we know that compared to last month, are we moving forward, sideways, backwards? What's going on here? Doing this also helps you to isolate the specific components of financial independence and what are the areas that we need to focus on. So of all the things that make up your financial independence projection, things like your income, your savings, your accelerated savings percent, your lifestyle floor, the inflation rate, the income growth, your lifestyle, your desired lifestyle growth, your cash buffer percentages, your returns, your drawable returns, there's many things, right, that make up the projection of your own individual financial independence. And some of those things you don't have control over. We don't have control over the inflation in our country. So it's good you need to know the stuff, but you can't control that. What you need to focus on then is what you can control and what is going to be the biggest bang for your buck. And so the number one thing that you have the most control over and the thing that will give you the biggest bang for your buck, that when you focus on this area, it'll shorten your run to financial independence, is your income growth. It's not your returns, it's not your drawable returns, it's your income growth. So if you have a job and you have a 4%, 5% inflation in your country and you're getting a little pay rise every year and your pay rise is matching inflation, maybe a little bit more, then your run to financial independence is pretty easy to predict. And you might be able to save a little more and budget a little harder and skimp a little more, and you might be able to wring some more percentage returns out. But the biggest thing that's going to make the biggest difference is going and getting a 50% income increase every year. Do that for 5 or 10 years. Then you will be cooking with gas. If you invest wisely and don't blow the kitty, you can be financially independent in that time. So that's the biggest thing. And a lot of people think, well, 50%, how can I 1.5x my income in a year? And most people think that that's not possible. And that's because they're using the same mindset that got them to where they are now. They think, well, I'm busting ass for 40 hours a week then. At 1.5, that means I've got to work 60 hours a week now. Then my income will be 1. No, you don't get to the next quantum leap of success by using the same mindset. You don't want to waste time thinking about how you can work more. You want to work less. You want to do less work, but more efficiently. Look, we're going off on a fucking tangent. Here we go, tangent time. The more money you make, the less work you do. It's not the other way around. That's what I was explaining to Robin earlier. You got to make a 200,000 a year. It's easier to make 200 grand a year than it is to make 100 grand a year. 100 grand a year, you're probably still slaving ass. 200 grand a year, you can start to pay other people to do all this shit. So you have a more focused energy, you have less time. You focus on what you do best so you get the most income out of that thing. And then you pay other people to do all the stuff, put your socks on. Who's got time to put their own socks on? Golly gosh. If you're a wage slave mentality, you're still thinking about how can I work longer hours this week? How can I do overtime, and get paid more? So moral of this particular one, I could go off on a fucking tangent for a week on this particular topic. I like this topic. Moral, real quick, is do everything that you can to break the mindset that got you to where you are in terms of go to the next level. Don't worry about getting the promotion and the overtime. Fuck the overtime. Get your time back. You fuck overtime, fuck the promotion, fuck climbing this invisible ladder that will get you to bumfuck nowhere. The people who are at the top of the ladder have designed the ladder so that you waste a whole life before you figure out that you're climbing some fuckery. Don't worry about getting a little pay rise. Focus on how you can double your income. How can you double your income this year? Go and ask yourself, what can I do to double my income? Find out all the sources of your income and find out what am I doing to get that income? What skill am I providing? And how can I provide that in half the time and more efficiently and to more people? Oh, golly gosh, we've got some antics out on the water today. Sometimes when this guy sails past a couple of times a day, and then there's jet skis out there, they often follow the wake and they try to get some air. Sometimes they do it good. That's enough.